Assalamu alaikum viewers. Your sister and host Sidramin is once again here with a new video. Today we will be sharing the story of another Latin American sister with English dubbing who accepted Islam. Now her Islamic name is Amina. We will listen today Sister Amina's story about how she was guided towards Islam. But before moving forward in the video, I request you, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe first so that you keep receiving our videos regularly. Jazakallah. So let's move towards today's video.
Salam alaikum, hola a todos, bienvenidos de nuevo a su canal, espero que se encuentren muy bien. Para aquellas personas que no me conocen o que es la primera vez que ven alguno de mis videos, me presento, yo soy Amina, soy mexicana, estoy casada con un argelino y actualmente vivimos en Suecia.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. For those who don't know me or are watching my video for the first time, let me introduce myself. My name is Amina. I am from Mexico and right now I am living in Sweden. Many of you who have been following my channel already know this, that I am a reverted Muslim, and those who are new can probably sense it too. And today I want to talk to you about this topic. Why did I accept Islam? Because it's the question I get asked most often. Before starting the video, I want to clarify something, especially for those who don't know much about Islam. I have noticed that sometimes people get confused with words. So let me explain. Islam is the actual name of the religion, just like Christianity, Catholicism, or Judaism. Many people mistakenly use the word Islamism, probably because of the religions end with ism. But that's not correct. That word usually refers to political or ideological movements that try to impose Islam as a governmental system. But that doesn't really represent Islam. So using the word is wrong. The correct word is just Islam. Now a person who accepts Islam is called a Muslim, and in plural, Muslims. Muslim means the one who submits their will to Allah. And being Muslim is not limited to one nationality or country. Many people think if you are Muslim, you must be Arab, or if you are Arab, you must be Muslim. But that's not true. In reality, only about 18% of the world's Muslims are Arabs. The majority of Muslims are from Indonesia, Pakistan, India, and Bangladesh. In short, Islam is the religion and a Muslim is the one who follows it. Anyone from any nation or country can become Muslim if they choose it. Now let me begin my story. It's often assumed that we Muslim women who marry Muslim men accept Islam only because of them. But in fact, only Allah knows whom He guides and how. In my case, that's not true. I accepted Islam before I even met my husband. The reason why I accepted Islam were different, and I will tell you about them in this video. My entire family is Catholic, so I also grew up as a Catholic child. I went every Wednesday for church lessons. I had my first communion ceremony. My parents took me to church on every Sundays, and at home we prayed and read the rosary. But as I grew older, I drifted away from these things because deep down I didn't feel spiritually connected to them. Some things in Christianity didn't make sense to me, like the Trinity or the beliefs related to sins. I respect those who believe in them, but for me they were always a question mark. Even with those doubts, I never really looked for or researched the religion. I focused on my studies and my life. Later, I went to university and studied Spanish literature. That included history and philosophy. And as you know, religion is always a major topic in both history and philosophy. People there were divided into two groups. Some believed in God and some completely denied Him. I already had questions in my mind about faith, So now those questions grew even heavier. There was even a subject called a study of religions, but I didn't take that class because I thought it would confuse me even more. Then, in my final year of university, during my practical training, I met a Muslim girl. She was from the same university and she was also a converted Muslim. She was Mexican American. This was my first direct contact with Islam. I used to ask her general questions about Islam, and she would always answer gently and kindly. She also shared her own story of how she became Muslim. At first, I just found it interesting, but I still didn't have the desire to become Muslim myself. Around the same time, I was also trying to learn Italian language. I registered on a website where people taught each other different languages. There, 3 girls contacted me who wanted to learn Spanish, and they were all from Saudi Arabia. One of them often sent me messages in English about Islam. I didn't pay much attention at first, but we became close friends. Later, we also added each other on Facebook. Then a girl from Venezuela joined us too. After that, we made a small group and they even started teaching us Arabic. Gradually, the topic of Islam started coming up more and more in my discussions. I also started reading about Islam myself. At first, it was only out of curiosity. I wanted to know, is Islam really like what my Arab friends were telling me? Or is it like the image people usually have in America? But slowly, I started finding answers to some of my childhood questions. This process began around 2020, and by early 2023, I was seriously thinking maybe I should become Muslim. But some things kept holding me back, especially worrying about my family's reaction, about my friends, my colleagues. The biggest question was, will my society accept me? And the second was, will I really be able to practice Islam properly? But honestly, my lifestyle was already such that I didn't need to make huge changes. I didn't go to parties, I didn't drink alcohol, I didn't wear very revealing clothes. So the only real obstacle was the fear of family and society. One day I was working in a restaurant washing dishes. This question came to my mind. What exactly is stopping me from becoming Muslim? I thought, whenever I read about Islam, I feel peace. It feels like everything has a purpose, and that purpose is always for something good. Even if sometimes something seems bad to us, Allah's wisdom is always better for us. I remember as a child, around 10 to 12 years old, I often used to be worried about death. I would wonder, what if I die? What if my parents die? I used to stay awake at night out of fear and anxiety. But learning about Islam made me feel like that old fear of childhood disappeared. I realized how to succeed in the life after death. Islam gave me the certainty that everything happens by Allah's wisdom, even if we don't understand it at the time. That feeling gave me the courage to say, yes, I should accept Islam. I told my Muslim friends that I wanted to say the Shahada. Then we had an online call and they taught me the words of Shahada. I repeated those words and I became Muslim. After that, I started learning how to pray. I made notes from the internet. A little while later, I also connected with the local Muslim community and met other sisters. It took me some time to start wearing the hijab, but when I finally did, Alhamdulillah, everything went well. In Mexico, no one ever insulted me. Most people just ask curious questions. In that way, it even became an opportunity to share Islam with others. For me, the real struggle wasn't from the outside, but from the inside. Because the biggest battle is always with your own self. Everyone makes mistakes, but Allah is extremely merciful and He forgives. I want to end this video with a message for those who are not Muslim, but maybe are in contact with a Muslim or are interested in learning about Islam. Remember, no one can force you to become Muslim. If you do it only because you truly believe in Islam and are ready to live by it. Do your own research, read, ask questions, but ask only from people of knowledge. Not everyone you find on the internet is true. Many people with hatred against Islam spread false propaganda, so be careful. Also, don't judge Islam by the actions of Muslims. No Muslim is perfect in their practice. Instead, try to understand Islam itself, because some Muslims don't show the true image of Islam through their actions. But if your foundation is strong, you can avoid such people, but not Islam. And if you do accept Islam, know that you are not alone. There will always be some community or organization to help you. And if your faith in Allah is strong, He will make the path easier for you. So that was my story. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that someone new can benefit from my experience. Inshallah, I will see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.